How y'all doing? So I learned something today about my car that I did not know. So as you can see, it's winding out the gear and I'm in cruise control or adaptive cruise, whatever the hell they call it now. Now I'm not, now I'm braking. But the car, if you're in sport and you have it in a specific gear, the car will keep it in that gear as you're cruising within reason. Like it wanted to downshift when it was slowing down before, but it held it. So I'm in first gear. Let's turn it on. Let's see what it does. See, I don't like how much space it leaves. All right, I shift to second because I feel weird. All right, so now I'm in second. It's holding it out. It's not gonna. So it does have a speed restriction. The other thing I don't like is how late it kind of brakes. I had to step in there it would have stopped, but it's felt a little bit. So it'll hold gear. That's pretty cool. What are some features that you discovered years into owning the car? Tell me. And you know, that's partially because I don't like using cruise control. I'm not a cruise control type of person. Some of y'all are. On the highway, I'm mostly in 5th and 6th gear. It depends if it's stop and go traffic, obviously, that's a different story. But if it's a fully empty highway, probably 6th gear if I'm just kind of cruising. Sometimes 7th and never 8th. In fact, if I have the car in sport or regular drive and the car shifts up into 8th gear, I get irrationally mad. All right, so I'm in cruise. I'm in second. I'm just gonna leave the car in second, see what it does. Just kind of creeping. See, it hangs, now it's braking a little bit. But now when the other car starts to go, okay, it's actually maintaining it pretty good. So when it comes to a full stop, I think it engages the rear brakes to hold the car, if I'm correct. And now to get the car moving forward, you have to press the pedal. It won't just go. But if I'm not moving, not touching anything. So with this little space in front of me, I'm not even gonna bother touching the gas because, all right, so I tapped the gas and you can kind of see how it's a little slow. It's like you're in, I don't know, some country road and you're just chilling. That's the type of traffic. It's not equipped for New York, like lose it, you got to keep your space kind of thing. But still pretty cool that it'll hold gears. All right, first, my feet are not touching any pedals. I'm gonna shift up to second. Now it's gonna hang in second. Supercharger is engaged because it's above 10% throttle position or 12%. I think that's a threshold. You know what's interesting to me? This guy has this blinker on. Why do you have your blinker on? You want to move over, right? And why do you want to move over? I'm assuming it's to get ahead. We all want to get ahead. We all want to get ahead. So if you just put your blinker on and hang out expecting people to let you over, and I'm talking in this specific scenario where it's right to left. Now, if we're close to an exit and someone's trying to move right, I'll basically always give them benefit of the doubt. And see this truck, now this a little bit different. This truck is wanting to get into this lane as well. And that's probably to avoid the BS merging that happens up here, which is not fun for a truck, I'd imagine, because people cutting in. It could be cool. And now I hope the other truckers on the road are like, all right, bro, and now respect my car. Bro code. Come on, man, where's my hazards at? Truckers flash the hazards as a thank you. I think it's more just to other truckers, though. But that guy leaned out the window and was like waving and stuff, thankful, which is interesting from like a psychology perspective. Altruism, or giving, selfless giving, quote unquote, doing things for others, is not truly selfless, excuse me, because when you do something for someone, you feel good about it, right? So I genuinely feel a positive emotion when the trucker said thank you, even though it cost a couple seconds of my time, right? Technically. Now, if he hadn't waved or flashed the hazards, I would have felt annoyed, right? So it's kind of like a two-way street, but it's just an interesting dynamic in how simple interactions usually around helping someone in some way, even if, again, it might be negligible, it's the utilization of our time, right? And if you think about our most valuable resource, it's time. This dude still has his blinker on. I'm like, he must not realize it, right? And I know if you're watching this, it's probably annoying to see that blinker keep going. Okay, right on cue. Right on cue.